welcome to our second annual Black Excellence Celebration, To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. We are your hosts for this evening. I am Ms. Kim Wardally. I am a 4-5 teacher at Modesto's University Charter School, and I've been there for 7 years.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lenitra Curtis, and I'm principal for Aspire Stockton Secondary Academy. I have been with Aspire for 11 years and just happy to be in this role for the last 2 years.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Herndon, Aspire Home Office Culturally Responsive Project Manager. I've been with Aspire for 5 years.
Today, we start off our celebration with a message from our Aspire CEO, Mala Batra.
Welcome, Central Valley teammates, families, and scholars to our second annual Black Excellence Celebration. My name is Mala Batra, and I'm Aspire's CEO. This year's theme is to be young, gifted, and Black. As we near the end of Black History Month, it's been an honor to see the ways that we've celebrated Black history in our schools. And we know that this cannot be limited to 1 month, but must be integrated and celebrated throughout the course of this year. Today, we honor and celebrate you, our Black scholars, our Black families, and our Black teammates at Aspire. To be young, gifted, and Black represents the gifts you bring every day, including academic excellence, social emotional learning, science, technology, the arts, and also activism and community service. Our schools are a better place because you are here. We see you and the contributions you make every day to bring joy, community, and excellence into our schools. We hope you enjoy this evening as we honor and celebrate Black excellence.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound, let us a rolling sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Till victory is won.
Brandon Leake is a spoken word poet, educator, motivational speaker, and the winner of the 15th season of America's Got Talent. He was the first spoken word poet to be on America's Got Talent and received the Golden Buzzer Award in the first round from Howie Mandel. He also comes to us from one of our hometowns, Stockton. Let's hear a few words from Brandon Leake.
Here, getting another phenomenal chance to speak with you all in regards to Black History Month and a little bit of what that means to me, a little bit about what that hopefully means to you all, how diversity, equity, and inclusion are all a very important aspect to the lives in which we all live and the contributions in which we as a society have been enriched by in regards to Black history. And so I want to make sure that I give honor and credence to this. There is a great amount of history in relation to Black or African descendant people in which exists far before slavery ever occurred. Far before the transatlantic slave trade, you're talking about people who, had functioning societies, were doctors, were teachers, were farmers, were warriors, kings, types of things. You even just had regular common day folk who, you know, just lived average, regular, everyday lives. And so these people were not, you know, slaves by nature. These people were shifted and changed into being a very different thing than what they actually were, which is exactly what we are now. A diverse group of people who bring a wealth of knowledge, information, and quality to our world. So I want to make sure I highlight that. And Black history is even far more than just the slavery and what came in its immediate aftermath. I mean, we all hear, you know, at least have hopefully heard the stories of, you know, like people like Nat Turner and the slave revolts, hearing about Harriet Tubman and being able to, you know, create the Underground Railroad for people to be able to escape and head north and things to that nature. And you know how African Americans have their own Independence Day, which is Juneteenth, June 19th, which is the official day in which Black people in this country were set free. And Black History Month, for me as an individual, as a person, holds a dear place to my heart. Not just as a means of reflection, looking back on the past and thinking about all that's been done, but as a key for my motor to know all the things that are still yet to be done that we can still pursue after. You know, I think about, you know, the unsung heroes that, you know, reign throughout history that many people will never hear about, never know. The people who, you know, helped organize and march alongside people like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, the inventors of the world who lost many of their patents and inventions to their white counterparts who inevitably took the credit for it. You know, things like your ice cream scoop were invented by Black people. Things like your dustpan, invented by Black people. The escalators in which you ride up, invented by a Black person. Your street signs in terms of like the stoplights, invented by a Black person. And like so many other things that we've gotten the chance to contribute to this world. And I think about what I would like to bring to the world. And if there's one thing that I could bring to the world, and this is going to be the crux of what I talk to you all about today, it is I want to help create a more empathetic and caring and loving place in which we as a society can love, honor, and care for one another in true fashion without all of the hostility and anger in which you know, seems to flood so many of these types of racial dialogues. But instead for us to be able to come to the table together and say, hey, I can see our differences, but our differences don't have to be what separates us, but instead what brings us closer together, because what you have, I may not possess, and I don't need to take it from you, but instead we can collaborate to help make our society a better place. How do we as a people challenge our world to be the best that it possibly can be? And my challenge to you all would be by not ignoring one another's cultural differences. And you know, this isn't just exclusive to Black people, but you know, we're talking about Black History Month here. Don't ignore the cultural differences between Black culture and other cultures, or the culture in which you personally inhabit. But instead, revel in it, learn about it, understand it, come to appreciate it before. But imagine life as a jigsaw puzzle, in a sense, right? Every piece is uniquely different from another, but it all contributes to building a beautiful picture. I describe it as a mosaic of sorts, right? Where if you look at a stained glass window, it's not all one color. It's all a bunch of different hues, different colors of blues, different colors of greens, different colors of whites, blacks, you know, reds, purples, whatever you may think of. These different hues contribute to building a beautiful image that sparkles and radiates once light touches it. And how boring would it be if it were all simply one color, one hue, one tone? That's the beauty of our lives. And so as we think about it, let us genuinely give credence to the past, to the people who have laid a foundation for ourselves today to live how we live now, for the way makers of our society who sacrificed, blood, sweat, tears, and even their lives for us to be able to live the lives that we have in front of us, because we live in the most diverse and welcoming and accepting society that the world has ever seen up until this point now because of their sacrifice, and it's our duty to continue that work. Black excellence perseveres beyond just 28 days out of the year for Black History Month, but it is this month in which we reflect on the past and build towards our future. So, as I said, my desire is to create a world that's more caring, empathetic, and loving towards one another. As you honor Black History Month, my question to you is, what will you build? How will you aid in the progression of Black culture, of Black people, of a society that will no longer, detrimentally take away from Black people, but instead provide resource, opportunity, and a fair shot to it, right? Because we as a culture are deserving of that. Our society is deserving of seeing how far it can go when it no longer handicaps such a beautiful, aspect of its nature. Because Black people are just as human as anybody else. And so, for Black History Month, I dare ask us, instead of looking back, I ask, how do we look forward and what do we build in its place? Because the past is the past, and we must learn from it so we don't repeat it. But it also belongs behind us, not in front of us. So, what will we do? What will you do? There's a myriad of excellence in which you can lean on and learn from. But it only works if you work. So, I look forward to seeing how our continued workshops can pour into this idea and this concept, because Black culture is one of the most beautiful things in which this world has ever gotten a chance to partake in. From hip-hop music to jazz, rock and roll, funk, pop, to dancing, sports, athletics, to I'm thinking about people like Lonnie Carmen, who was the first Black pilot in the world. I'm thinking about Dr. Williams, who was the first Black open heart surgeon. I'm thinking about a holistic healer like Dr. Sebi. I'm thinking about authors like Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou. I'm thinking about people like W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the first black graduate from an all-white university at Harvard. I'm thinking about people like Barack Obama, the first Black president. There's many more firsts to be done. We still got a long way to go, and it's on us to get there. So with that in mind, I say thank you all for hearing me out, listening to me today. And as we do these workshops moving forward, I can promise you this, we will be able to build a more beautiful tomorrow with the words in which we will share. Love and appreciate y'all.
Throughout this evening, we will honor several students for demonstrating excellence in many different areas. Here's our first set of awards. The Katherine Johnson Award for Excellence in Math honors the student who scored the highest in math on the iReady exam in 3rd through 5th grade. Katherine Johnson loved math. Early in her career, she was called a computer. For more than 3 decades as a NASA employee, she calculated and analyzed the flight paths of many spacecraft. She helped NASA put an astronaut into orbit around the Earth and then helped put a man on the moon. Join me as we honor our highest achieving math scholars. Here are our honorees.
My father had taught me you was good as anybody here, and you was as bad as anybody here. So just be yourself, but do your best at all times.
Angelou Award for Excellence in Reading honors the student who scored the highest in reading on the iReady exam in grades 3 through 5. Maya Angelou was a civil rights activist, poet, and award-winning author known for her acclaimed 1969 memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and her numerous poetry and essay collections. Angelou wrote over 36 books and several collections of poetry. She won a Grammy for Best Spoken Word Album for a poem she recited at a presidential inauguration. Join us in honoring our highest achieving reading scholars.
Sister, you know what's right. Just do right. You don't really have to ask anybody. The truth is, right may not be expedient. It may not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul.
The Chadwick Boseman Social Emotional Learning Awards honor scholars who demonstrate excellence in SEL competency areas of self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Chadwick Boseman was an American actor and playwright, well known for his role as Black Panther. Chadwick played revolutionary characters who made both Hollywood and American history, all the while possessing keen self and social awareness. Join us in honoring our TK2 scholars whose SEL skills shine through in and out of the classroom. Here are our honorees.
Ibombe! 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 Ibombe!
Must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
Please enjoy this video of a dance project by the Leaders in Visual Performance Arts Company, LVPAC, of Royal Dancers. They believe, and I quote, "We empower lovers of visual and performance arts to be resilient, optimistic, unique, authentic, and loving through movement and affirmations so they can live with peace, joy, and confidence," end quote. And they come from Sacramento, California.
It's essential, not sequential, to be monumental in this moment, in the timing that was given to be mine. To be able to struggle to juggle the lasting impression you left on my mind. I thought in time you would be mine. But after all, you never called. I sat and looked at the wall where our picture hung down to ignore the possibility of you never being the one. I took a vow to talk to no one. However, instead of sadness, I chose forgiveness. But then I wasn't grateful, but now I'm thankful. Well, now exploring the responsibility of quietness. I wait for a response from the Creator, God, who is sustainer. Yes, the one who gave me life, now greater. Taking away the strife, the better I look to the sky and never try to deny what's yours is not mine, and what's mine is not yours. Because one day of what's yours is what's mine, and what's mine is what's yours will be mine. So then trying to deny the truth is insane, monumental and straight cray to try and believe something exists when it doesn't. But to know the great I am put into place and filled up the craters in my faith that denied the voice inside that said, go, be free, make haste. While I wasted so much time, God, redeem the time, so I make haste. I respond in faith, like a full moon, like a bright light. Shine, baby, shine. Moving on, I'm waiting for your return. God, when? When are you coming back? I'm waiting as the word urges. I'm reading. People, don't turn your back. The non-sequential and irrelevant ignore. Trust the word and the sequence of events prophesied, and you will know that God does not lack, nor will he turn his back on what he has promised. So I promise never to ignore. I'm on it. I'm ready to see the victory running through a eucalyptus forest with intention to smell and look refreshed, to gain what's best, to never believe any less. I learned my lesson. Every good thing comes from up above, and no good gift is withheld from his son or daughter. Matter of fact, it's a wrap for any lie to take away my happiness, to take away the guilt and shame. Instead, he gave me joy. Instead of being insane. I chose the big house in the sky. I chose not to kill, but to die to my flesh, be led by the Spirit. And showing up, just showing up makes a difference. To make sure the world knows what's happening next, John the Baptist anointed and appointed the prophet to share the word. We must be heard. So never give up, let him fight, you shall win. Just be light and salt. Change the world and fill this world with heart. Change the world, you must one day end. To find strength, don't pretend, don't deny the enemies inside, but rely on the one who can change your life. But we have a choice, either stay and listen to his voice or try and pretend that you can't hear him. I digress, I'm going to take a rest, and I'll be back with no regrets, only the absolute truth. Bet.
We are excited to announce our keynote student speaker for this year. This scholar is a senior at Alexander Twilight Secondary Academy and holds a 4.61 GPA, the highest GPA of a Black scholar in our region. Way to go, Athena.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Athena. I'm from Alexander Twilight Secondary Academy in Sacramento. I would like to touch on a few topics. First, I am very grateful to win this amazing award, especially being a person of color. Also, this is very unexpected for me, especially with my academic background. I have overcome a lot of challenges these past years, and I'm so glad to know my hard work is being paid off. I just want to tell anyone that is listening or feeling discouraged that life is tough, especially being a person of color. But it's up to us to own the color of our skin and stand proudly by it. I know it's hard to continue keeping your head up, let alone keeping your grades up, but it's your future in your hands, so don't dim your light for anyone. Always put yourself first. I would like to share a bit of advice to my beautiful young ladies. Don't try to be anyone else because you feel like you don't fit in. Continue to push through your tough years and thrive in your best. Push out the negativity and surround yourself with positive people. We don't have many chances due to us being Black, so make it count. Live this life like there's no tomorrow. Make all your dreams and goals come true. And remember, fear is temporary, but regret is forever. I hope you guys listen to this with open ears and a growth mindset.
The Alexander Twilight Academic Excellence Award honors scholars who have demonstrated academic excellence. Alexander Twilight was an American educator, minister, and politician. He is known as the first African-American man to have earned a bachelor's degree from an American college or university. As he graduated from Middlebury College in 1823, this year, we are excited to honor over 100 secondary Black scholars who have attained at least a 3.0 GPA in the first semester. Through reopening our physical doors to all scholars and the continued global pandemic, these Black scholars continue to thrive and show their excellence. Here are our honorees.
The first Black man to graduate from college in the United States and the first Black man to serve as a state legislator.
may recall at the inauguration of Joe Biden, Amanda Gorman shared her poem, The Hill We Climb, with much passion and conviction. Amanda Gorman is an American poet and activist. Her work focuses on issues of oppression, feminism, race, and marginalization, as well as the African diaspora. She was the first person to be named National Youth Poet Laureate. Today, we honor these Black scholars who in this first semester earn a 4.0 or above. When we talk about excellence and maintaining the GPA above 4.0, we are proud to see the scholars have earned this award.
If I choose not to speak out of fear, then there's no one that my silence is standing for.
Alamaze, mother, artist, author, activist. The Atlanta, Georgia native began her artist journey as a celebrity makeup artist working alongside iconic figures from TLC, Destiny's Child, and Escape to Brandy, Usher, and Faith Evans. Tori Alamaze is a multi-hyphenated creative whose talents continue to unfold in a way that divinely aligns her with her purpose.
Dreams, my style, my lights, my words, yeah. I'm so dope, so dope, so dope, so dope. My life, my calling, my purpose. My dreams, my style, my lights, my words, yeah. Fire in my body, purpose reignited. Manifesting my dreams, wrote it down, now I'm just getting started. I ain't just wake up.
One will be running out of time. Second group will go.
Investing coaches, now I'm all the way up. I'm shining like magic. Called in new talent. DM chef, I key green smoothie, I'm balanced. Catch me in Mauritius.
I didn't spoil anything. I did?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Because, my bad. I have no excuse. I'm sorry.
So dope, so dope, so dope. My life, my calling, my purpose. My dreams, my style, my lights, my words, yeah. I'm so dope, so dope, so dope, so dope. My life, my calling, my purpose. My dreams, my style, my lights, my words, yeah. I don't mean to interrupt, need you to listen up. Fortune favors the bold, now it's time to start waking up. My books raise vibrations, Torah change generations. Diversify my income, my dividends outrageous. Yeah, I keep crystals on my body for spirits that be naughty. Cause I attract good energy. Nat check for good wine with the greenery. I'm so dope, so dope, so dope, so dope. My life, my calling, my purpose. My dreams, my style, my lights, my words, yeah. I'm so dope, so dope, so dope, so dope. My life, my calling, my purpose. My dreams, my style, my lights, my words, yeah. Flip circles, change some, left some, made some, in light. We green, mother, true queen. Flip circles, change some, left some, made some, in light. We green, mother, true queen. Flip circles, change some, left some, made some, in light. We green, mother, true queen.
You got concerns? Are you sure?
Stacey Abrams is an American politician, lawyer, voting rights activist, and author who served in the Georgia House of Representatives. This year's students in 6th through 12th grade who were nominated for this award had to demonstrate Black excellence in community services and taking a stand against bias and injustice. Such great words were said about several of this year's nominees, including their commitment to service in their class community, advocacy, and striving for equality for all.
Work is hard, and it's plodding, and it takes time. But what we have watched, we have seen changes made in the language.
I am proud to announce the winner of our first annual Stacey Abrams Freedom Fighter Award. The Freedom Fighter Award goes to an Aspire student who demonstrates the spirit of a freedom fighter, who takes a stand against bias and injustice in their everyday lives, and does so despite negative peer pressure or group pressure. This student is a strong advocate on our campus, pushing for systemic change in how our school community responds to hurtful language and hate speech. She regularly speaks out for her peers and is unabashed in her commitment to communicating her beliefs. She's a natural leader, brilliant, and is committed to justice. She's also the same student who came up to me and said, "Mr. J, we should have a social justice award or a freedom fighter award." Well, Duchess Wright, you had a really great idea. Congratulations on winning the
The
award.
new award for this year is the George Washington Carver Excellence in Science, Technology, or the Arts. Carver was an American agricultural scientist and inventor who promoted alternative crops to cotton and methods to prevent soil depletion. He is known as the most prominent scientist of the early 20th century. To earn this award, Black scholars in TK through 5th grade were nominated for demonstrating excellence in science, technology, or the arts, which may include visual performing arts or physical education. Congratulations to this year's recipients.
I am not sure that I am worthy of this splendid citation, but I wish to say also that I thank you from the depths of my heart.
Lots of new awards this year. Booker T. Washington was an American educator, author, orator, and advisor to several presidents of the United States. He was a dominant leader in the African American community and of the contemporary Black elite. Today, we take some time to honor each of our graduating Black seniors.
I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed.
It means to be resilient, to be an example to other students that look like us, who have brown complexion, brown skin. It means to be healthy, happy, whole.
Be a Black educator means excellence and assistance. To be a Black educator means providing a great example for my students who look like me and for those who don't. That's that.
We just honored all of our Black graduating seniors for this year of 2022. And in our final student award, we honor our legacy seniors. Seniors who have been with us their entire educational careers from kindergarten through 12th grade with the Cicely Tyson Longevity Award. Cicely Tyson was an American actress whose career spanned more than 7 decades. She became revered for her portrayal of strong African American women. We congratulate our legacy seniors, and we welcome you into a new world.
Don't look for anything or ask for anything other than to be treated like a human being. That's all.
Today I'm going to be reciting A Poem by Langston Hughes. I dream a world. I dream a world where man no other man will scorn, where love will bless the earth, and peace is past adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's ways, and where greed no longer sap the soul, nor adversity blights our days. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy like a pearl attends the need of all mankind. Of such, I dream a world, my world. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kurt Diggs. I have 2 students that attend Langston Hughes Academy.
My name is Tasha Bratton, and I'm a parent.
We were looking for a school that was going to challenge our kids.
Well, I was really impressed with the Aspire school system and their curriculum and how they were dedicated to making sure every student succeeded and not leaving anyone behind.
I believe that the school will meet your child exactly where they are academically to provide whatever need is necessary to elevate them.
My son knew from an early age that he wanted to go to college. He was one of those.
I believe it's important for us to have a stake in our children's education because we all have, dreams and aspirations for each and every one of our kids. The principal's door is wide open to answer any question, but you also have counselors who are at the ready to set up time with you to explain exactly what's going on with each and every one of your students, which is quite important for us. Dialogue is important, I believe, for every parent with their kids to know exactly where they are at school.
I really like how each classroom adopted a college or university.
But they also make sure that your kids are prepared and ready to deal with school. They're ready to go out into the world as an adult, be productive people in society.
I'm Samad. I am Gabrielle. My name is Dante. I'm Shasha Adjama. I am James. I am Gary.
My name is Araya Anudu.
I am Janae.
My name is Ayana. Hi, my name is Rishi Warren.
I'm William Ellington.
My name is Kayla. Well, I think we honor and celebrate Black History Month because a lot of Black people did amazing things. So then we can celebrate Black people.
We all have something to celebrate. Black history is American history.
Black History Month is for everybody.
So we need to educate not only ourselves, but other communities to respect the history that comes before us and will continue to come after us.
How the way the family treat you, they treat you how you're supposed to be treated. If you need something, they make sure you're happy.
My parents are African. It took them a long time to come to America. They're strong, and I want to be just like them when I grow up.
I think all races, ethnicities, and cultures can learn about Black history.
What makes me proud to be an African American is my color, my features.
Black is beautiful.
Be grateful, having a nice life.
Being African American lets me embrace my culture, like the things I value, like art, food, and music.
I am smart, strong, different, and be able to work through anything. I am Shasha, and I am proud to be an African American.
I'm William Ellington. I'm a 9th grader at LHA, or Langston Hughes Academy, and I'm proud to be an African American.
I am Reese, and I am proud to be an African American.
I'm Ayana, and I am proud to be an African American.
And I'm proud to be African American.
I'm Gabriella, and I am proud to be African American.
And I am proud to be an African American.
I'm Leandre, and I'm proud to be an African American.
I'm proud to be an African American. I'm Mari, and I'm proud to be an African
I am Zion Smith, and I am happy to be an African American.
I am Ian, and I'm happy to be an African American. I am Jamal, and I am proud to be an African American.
I am Araya Underdew, and I'm proud to be African American.
I am Mani, and I am proud to be an African American. I am happy to be an African American. I am Marcellus, and I'm proud to be an African American. And I'm proud to be an African American.
My name is Kayla, and I'm proud to be an African American.
I'm Maya, and I'm proud to be an African American.
Inspiration for becoming an educator was the birth of my daughter, and it made me realize that I all of a sudden had this obligation and this duty to the people around me to try and improve the quality of the society that I lived in. And what better way to do that other than our children.
This is Ms. Robinson. Thanks for tuning in to the Paul Quinn Tigers.
Look inward and I get to see the growth that I made with them that year, and that's also just as rewarding. I know that in everything I do, we're all connected and it's all relevant. So it makes me realize how connected and how every action and choice that I make affects those around me. And it's a melting pot for students who want to learn. And so I think that's the biggest thing that is important. It's like we service who wants to be here. And the students that come here are serious about their academics and serious about where they want to go in life. Aspire is really great because as College for Certain, we're going to get you there if that's where you want to be.
Now enjoy the rest of the second annual Black Excellence.
I teach so that my children and their friends can have someone to look up to that looks like them.
It is important to have an African American teacher. It not only benefits African American students, but it shows students of all cultural backgrounds a positive representation of African American people.
Yeah. Let's go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
You thought I was worth saving, so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for, so you sacrificed your life so I can be free, so I can be whole, so I can tell everyone I know.
You thought I was worth saving,
so you came.
so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping,
So you cleaned
so
me up.
you cleaned me up inside.
You thought I was to
You thought I was to die for.
So you
So
sacrificed,
you sacrificed your life
so I can be,
so I can be free, so I can be whole, so I can tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving,
so you came.
so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping,
So you cleaned me up.
so you cleaned me up
You
inside.
thought I was
You
to
thought I was to die for.
So you
So you
sacrificed,
sacrificed your
so
life,
I can be,
so I can be free, so I can be whole, so I can tell everyone you thought I was worth saving.
And now we will hear from our regional superintendent, Anthony Solina.
During the pandemic, many of us have lost friends, family members, and colleagues. This past year, we said goodbye to two wonderful Black educators who truly left an impact in our hearts. Khadijah Savage served at Aspire Apex Academy before moving to Aspire Port City Academy as a school counselor. And Jermaine Gunter served at Aspire Alexander Twilight Academy for several years. Each of these educators exemplified Black excellence through their joy, passion, and commitment to serving our scholars. Let's pause for a moment in remembrance and to bring their fond memories they left with us. Today, we honor their lives and their lasting impact they had at Aspire Public Schools.
Every Tuesday,
first recess, she always took us in to play games so that we could learn how to socialize. Yeah, I hate this.
Miss Savage is kind, really helping, and if we need help with anything, she'd always help, and she's someone I can talk to.
Caring, nice, and deep.
One thing I miss about Miss Savage is her voice.
She was a counselor, a friend, and
Miss Savage meant the world to me.
Mr. Gunther was one of the coolest campus monitors at ATSA. He was a basketball coach. ATSA, he always knew how to keep the vibes good.
Class every time, and I would not listen. And we just go back and forth, arguing and like cracking jokes about each other. And then it just turned into a conversation about the most randomest stuff.
And he always gave good advice on our problems, whether they were school related or not.
He's been helpful to my family. And he's been really helpful to school.
He always said he can beat me in basketball, even though he couldn't.
Mr. Gunther was a mentor and really helped us rationalize our thoughts and actions.
I will say he was a good person to talk to.
But he had a smile that lit up the room. Uncle Bear, I love you, and I miss you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce Kat Ellison, our Associate Superintendent.
We took some time to celebrate our scholars, and the work of our Black educators does not go unnoticed. This year, we had several nominees for honoring our educators. Nominations were accepted for any Black educator that exemplifies Black excellence. We start with our Ida R. Cummings Excellence in Education, awarded to 4 credentialed staff members. Ms. Cummings was the first Black kindergarten teacher in Baltimore and a graduate from Morgan State University. She led numerous campaigns to better conditions for Black children in our community. In her honor, I am excited to congratulate this year's award recipients.
beyond excited to nominate my friend, colleague, awesome supporter, Janice Jones.
I was given the opportunity to introduce Genesis Abdul Rashid.
I am here to nominate Ms. Carmen Robinson.
There are so many reasons why Javon deserves this award.
She is a natural leader and an advocate for our Black students.
Carmen Robinson, she has shown endless efforts towards our scholars.
She's brought so many opportunities to our students in the past couple years.
Her passion for our overall school community is evident as it shows through her interactions with staff, families, and students.
The perfect representation of what the Aspire core values show. She's always here, she's dedicated, she motivates people like me.
Motivated, student-centered, and I can see that work has really continued.
Always is also advocating for teammates.
She is also the founder and advisor for BSU here at BHM. She is also the girls basketball coach at BHA.
Even though she gives love in so many directions, she always manages and makes sure to hold some goodness and safety for herself.
Genesis, this award is definitely well deserved. Continue doing amazing things, and please know that we appreciate you.
And we're just so excited for you, Javon. This, you deserve this and so much more. Congratulations.
Favorite people, and I feel like I'm so fortunate to get to work with her and to witness someone who's so student-centered leading the way. Thank you.
Ms. Robinson, you are the true epitome and MVP of Aspire core values. You are Black excellence.
Hello. Once again, we have several nominations for our A.G. Gaston Award for Excellence in Service. Today, we honor our classified staff for this award. A multimillionaire, Gaston gave generously to philanthropic causes, famously paying legal bills tied to court cases of civil rights leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King. He regularly donated space in his facilities for civil rights activists to use as living and meeting spaces. In his will, he donated many of his personal and business properties to charity. Congratulations to all of our nominees, and a special congratulations to our 4 award recipients.
nominating Ari Richardson.
Mr. Ken. I am super excited that I get to honor Tanika tonight.
She regularly brings joy.
The level of support, kindness, and compassion that he brings to work every day. Ask anybody on our campus.
That he's always there for a good laugh, a good joke, just a good time in general.
He's a perfect example of Black excellence because he's a really good person to talk to.
Like, he's not having the best day, he'll make sure that everybody else is having a good day.
Ken is an example of Black excellence because he's always there if you just want to talk to someone.
Mr. Ken is an example of Black excellence because the kids care our school.
Mr. Ken is an example of Black excellence because he is a leader in our community.
Mr. Ken is an example because he's always there to talk to and he's always there for us.
He's just like a really great asset to this. Brings the light and the love.
Really does an amazing job mentoring our students.
Takes time to learn about students.
Mr. Ken is an example of Black excellence because he cares about the student's safety.
He's always looking out for us no matter what.
Always making sure she goes to class.
You too? What do you mean?
Super dependable.
Always looking for new and creative things to do with our kids.
Persona with the students, which really brings out and challenges them and brings out their excellence.
But me personally, I see him as like a father figure.
Goes above and beyond for our kids, for our staff.
Very caring, but also very firm.
Brings joy and love to our staff. When I see her, my day automatically gets better. It gets brighter. She really deserves this award tonight. And I'm just super grateful for everything Tanika has done to make our campus a better place. Congratulations, Tanika. We love you.
Is a great person overall, and he deserves this award.
Really appreciate you, Mr. Richardson.
And we would like to say a big, heartfelt thank you to all of our pro-Black Site coordinators and the Black Excellence Celebration Planning Committee for their work to bring this event to life. Tonight is happening because of you, and we thank you for all of your hard work. Thank you for spending time with us. Good night.
Gifted and black, to be young, gifted and black, young, gifted and black, to be young, gifted and black.
To be young, gifted, and black and own it. It's more than a moment. It's like the sun rose to condone it. Before we was trapping.